Hello and thanks for watching my video. This is another in the series looking at PvP builds in Guild Wars 2 for 2015. Now I've already put up an engineer build, however a couple of people messaged me and said, obviously this isn't the greatest build. That's understandable. I just put that build in. The turret NG build is a build that is very easy to play. It doesn't require much skill. So I'm creating another video, and this time it's looking at my NG that I play as my main in Guild Wars 2 play PvP, and this is my NG, my Condi NG. So let's have a quick look at some of his traits. The trait line is 66002. In explosives we have power and condition duration. We get create a bomb when you dodge, so this is useful for an engineer if they're trying to evade, especially my little Azuran engineer. He likes to dodge around a bit. Explosions have a chance to cause bleeding, so that's both for bombs and grenades. You release a number of mines when I'm struck beneath the threshold. Always pretty useful if you're getting hit down. I don't think they do much damage, to be honest. They're not really. I'm not really expecting for that. Critical hits inflict burning. I would just like to point out I did get this build from. There are a number of builds for the Condi engineer, and this one in particular was used by a popular Guild Wars 2 blogger. Wooden Potatoes. He's got a good engineer spec, and this is pretty much very similar to this. Critical hits inflict burning. I mean, if you look at the damage for burning, it's quite significant. You could go improves damage from explosions, but I think considering this is Condi, this is exactly what we want. You could go for the reduced recharge on bombs and grenades. I don't think it's that necessary really, because they do have pretty short recharge anyway. You're getting explosions cause vulnerability, so you really, if you're nading from, like a ranger type, from a distance, you really can cause some vulnerability on opponents. And you throw grenades farther, and you get a great extra grenade, so that's that extra bit of pressure that you're putting on an opponent. There's nothing really else that you could really want. Maybe drop a smoke grenade, but that's really not effective. We go into the firearms trait line. We've got critical hits have a chance to cause bleeding. Again, we've got a good chance to crit because the precision is at over 300. If we look here, we've got apply sitting duck, apply cripple and vulnerability to enemies you immobilize. Now, immobilize you can do through the net turret, and you can do as well through one of the bomb grenades, glue bomb that immobilizes. So yeah, you've got a couple. If you took dual pistols, that's also another way you can immobilize. In some builds I don't take sitting duck. I prefer something else instead. You got the hair trigger, reduces the rifles, which if I was going dual rifle, then I'd take hair trigger because reducing the pistol skills, or going for the improved pistol range. And yeah, you got a few different options there. We do get critical hit chances increased against foes that are below 50%, so you're getting that extra critical chance. And remember, with that critical chance, you get the more bleeds that you can put on someone, so the lower they go, the more pressure you're doing on them. You get a chance to cause vulnerability on critical hits again, so you're really pushing that vulnerability on the opponents. Again, this is, if you look, I actually haven't taken any masterwork, sort of a master trait. You've got toughness when window flamethrower. I don't have that. I don't have a rifle, and you could, this one, but it's for rifles, and I'm not a rifle. I'm with the pistols, pistol shield here, so that's not necessary. And pistol shots pierce, not really that effective. So we've taken two traits from the, from the sort of blue, the first trait line. Then we go into the final trait line. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I've just changed it. Sorry, there we go. You can go for the burns, apply longer, or you can go for modified ammunition. You got a bit of hit and miss. Modified ammunition, if you really are loading the conditions on an opponent, having that extra 2%. Imagine, you've got blindness and confusion, poison, bleeding. Add in a bit of chilled. You've got vulnerability. you know, if they're on fire as well, you know, they really can stack up, you know. And if you increase the damage by sort of 10% because of 5 conditions, that actually, over a significant amount, you know, if you're constantly throwing grenades in, you really do cause a significant amount of damage. It's pretty straightforward, really. The other 2 trait points are in the tools area. Using tool belt skills partially restore endurance. So you obviously using bomb kits and grenade kits gets you that extra bit of mobility, allowing you to, you know, obviously if when you dodge, you create a bomb. And swiftness whenever you equip a kit. I just like the extra mobility to move around the map with the speedy kits. Regarding the equipment, we go for, I vary it between pistol and pistol shield. Having that shield does really sort of allow that extra bit of defense, because the only issue with this build is that my character is a little bit squishy. But yeah, you got the big old bomb that's very useful to knock back opponents. You've got a load of grenade bombs that you can drop. If they come in, I use my grenades for ranged attacks, and if they do come in melee, then I will be dropping a load of bombs to try and force them off the point. Condi removal is pretty low, so I've gone for Elixir C to convert all conditions to random boons. Does also give me Toss Elixir C, which can help the allies. My allies on my team. Got supply kit. Pretty much, there's nothing. You could go for Elixir X, but I like having the supply kit to just run in, drop out in, and run and leave the point, because that can offer great support to your team. I've gone for healing turret as well. I've seen a couple of people go with AED because they gave that a bit of a buff. I just prefer having a healing turret because I do like to have a bit of support for my teammates. So yeah, that's pretty much the engineer. There's not much else to say for my build. I'm going to have some footage in the background of me fighting as my sort of Condi engineer, and I hope this has been a sort of a better build to you guys than sort of the turret NG. It is a bit more squishy. It does offer that little bit of extra support, and I hope this is a different class. If you want to start getting into the sort of the it does require a lot more skill. If you want to get into that type of play, this is a good one to start off with. If you want to move on from the turret NG build, I'd suggest going into the Condi spec. There are some builds, the shout, the warriors shout sort of, but shout bow spec is very good for removing conditions. So against certain classes you will have problems, but yeah. I hope you guys enjoy the video and go out there and just, if you've got any questions or comments, feel free to leave them. So thanks very much for watching, guys. See you on the next video.
Getting healthier.
Your base is under attack! Your base is under attack! Adrenaline rising! You lost the waterfall!
Won't anyone help me?
Your base is under attack! justice. The waterfall is yours.
Invigorating.
You lost the waterfall.
Defense, then on.
You've taken the graveyard. Your team is victorious.